everyone, so today we're going to be doing a review on a few products I got at MAC a few days ago at the Pro Store in San Francisco. The first thing I got was MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 and NC40. The claims of the foundation are a modern foundation that combines a natural matte finish and a medium to full buildable coverage with broad spectrum UVA, UVB, SPF 15 protection. Applies, builds, and blends easily and evenly. Comfortable and long wearing. It helps minimize the appearance of pores and imperfections, giving skin a smoother and more flawless look and finish. And some of the other products I got was the MAC Prep and Prime Highlighter in the shade Peach Luster. A lot of people use this for color correcting under their eyes for dark circles. And another thing I'm going to be reviewing is the Mineralized Concealer in NW25. Also, I got a blush in the shade Pinch or Peach. This is what that shade looks like. Also, another blush, the Sheer Tone Shimmering Blush in the shade Ambering Rose. And that's that shade. And then I got an eyeshadow. I got it in the pan form for a palette. And this is in the shade Deep Damson. Just a really deep purple. So I'm just going to do a first impression on the foundation, concealer, correcting pen, blush. I think that's it. And I'll check in a few hours and let you guys know how it went. So first, zoom it in. First, I'm going to be, I already did my skincare today, which I used the, what's it called, Purity facial cleanser, a toner with vitamin C, and their moisturizer. So first, since I have dry skin and this is a matte foundation, I'm going to be spraying the Fix Plus Spray by MAC in the scent Cucumber all over my face. Just because I have really dry skin and this is a matte foundation. Ugh, tastes funny. Okay, and then it says apply with a sponge or a brush. So I'll do both. On one side, I'll be using my Morphe brush. It's just like a rounded kabuki. And then on the other side, I'll use a beauty blender. This is my beauty blender, and it's really dirty. And I've tried cleaning it with like shampoo and stuff like I do with my brushes, but it won't come out. And when I cleaned it, it like got little holes and stuff. So I just ordered the Beauty Blender cleanser, which works really well for the Beauty Blender and for your brushes to clean them. So that will be coming in tomorrow in the mail, and I can do a review on that too if you guys like. Okay, and just so you guys can see, I have pretty clear skin. I just have red spots, like hyperpigmentation right here, but it's all like flat. It's not acne, it's just red spot. You can see I have a little just hyperpigmentation. That's all. I don't have any acne at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to shake it up first because you never know with these foundations. They could like separate, you know? Okay. I got it at a show. It's really good to mix foundations on and stuff. So I know. Okay, so this is gonna be the brush side and this will be the Beauty Blender side. So it's a perfect color match. Most foundations on my skin tone turn pretty ashy because I have really warm undertones in my skin. And I do like a patting motion, and then I do a little sweeping if I want to move the product. You don't want to sweep if you don't want to move the product and you want fuller coverage. You want to dab and push it into your skin. But if I like place my brush down first and a whole glob of foundation goes here, I usually sweep to move it and then dab to press it into my skin. I feel like it dried really fast. That's the side with the brush. I just did a thin layer. I didn't put any under my eyes, because then you don't want too much under your eyes, because then it won't look nice and seamless. It'll be all cakey, which nobody wants. Okay, and then I will be applying the other side with my beauty blender, or as Patrick Starr says, booty blender, which I like that name, it's funny. This is kind of hard to get out. I think most people have a pump. Like they go and buy one, but I didn't even think of that. So it's kind of hard to get out. I recommend getting a pump. I will probably be ordering one. Okay, now with the beauty blender side. Side with the beauty blender, it looks like it like seeped, like absorbed into my skin better, and it didn't cling onto any of my dry patches. But the side with the brush, I have like a dry patch right around my mouth. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, that's a dry patch I have around my mouth. This side, it's kind of clinging. This side with the beauty blender, it's not. The other difference is this looks a little more satin. This looks more matte. You can see it kind of has like a little glow from the beauty blender. And then this side, it's matte. But it doesn't like make my pores look bigger or anything, in my opinion, which is nice. First impression, I like it. I can do it. Okay, next, the color correcting prime pen. So you just kind of twist it, I think an orange color. Let's see if I can show you a swatch. Orange. So if you're trying to color correct under your eyes for dark circles, you want to use a orange undertone concealer to be able to cancel out your dark circles. And if you could see, I have like just a little bit right here. So I'm gonna apply this right here. Some people, they have like dark spots under their mouths, like around their mouths, usually with people with darker skin. But I don't have that problem. But if you do have that problem, you could do that also. I'm gonna grab a little mirror. I'm using my beauty blender. Put it in the areas that are actual dark or blue undertone, or you'll be able to see the orange. See, once I blended it out, you can't see the clear orange pigment because it's canceling out. You want it to cancel out the dark underneath your eyes. You don't want to be able to see the orange. So if it's the right color for you and not too dark or too bright, then it should neutralize and turn into a skin color, not bright orange under your eyes still. So now I'll be putting over the mineralized concealer in NW25. There it is. I've used some of it already, but I haven't used it in a long time. And I don't like to do a ton. That's just what I like. And I use it as a lighter color to highlight too. So I'm gonna apply it under my eyes, on my chin, on my nose, and my forehead. And I'll blend it out with my beauty blender. I sprayed it with Fix Plus. I don't know. This concealer blended out really nicely, and it looks kind of like dewy in my opinion. What do you guys think? Comment below and let me know what you think. So I can tell you I like this foundation with foundation on this side with the Beauty Blender better than this side, because you can see on my top lip it's dry and crackly. If you have dry skin, I recommend applying it with a Beauty Blender, really moisturize before. I wouldn't use a brush because that moves around your dry patches, and like buffing into your skin with a foundation brush naturally exfoliates your skin. So if you have dry skin, you don't want the dry patches to show. First impressions item is the Ambering Rose Sheer Tone Shimmering Blush by MAC. Cabutimus. There's a swatch. Really pretty. I don't know if you can see it there. It's this one. Kind of looks like a concealer. That's fun. Okay, and I like to apply my blush with an angled brush. Like this. This is Crown. Doesn't have a name again because it came in a kit. So I don't know if this is super pigmented or not, but I'm only gonna barely tap it. Then smile and apply it to the apples of my cheeks. So this is very pigmented, so only do a little. This is a pretty blush. It has like a sheen to it. It's really pretty. I like it. And then to blend that, I'm going to be using my big powder brush just to blend it in with my bronzer. Okay, so it has a nice like sheen to it, which is nice. And then on this foundation is, I really like it. Looks really nice. It didn't like settle into any fine lines I found. And I like the concealer. It's looks good too. Didn't seep into any pores. It is pretty light coverage though, so if you want a full coverage concealer, I would not get this one, but this is a good like lightweight concealer. It feels really light on my skin. And the foundation, I don't feel it like some full coverage foundations, but this one I don't feel it. And this concealer pen, I really like. It blends out really well, even though it's bright orange. And I'll check in a couple of hours. Hi everyone, so it is now 12:30 at night, and I have had the foundation on for 5 hours. I filmed the first part of the video at 7:30, so it's been 5 hours. The foundation looks pretty good. The blush wore off a little bit, but not that bad. And it did get oily, as you can tell, and I have dry skin, so that's interesting. Also, it didn't necessarily like break up, but it like wore off in the inner corners. And it looks probably even brighter and shinier on camera because I have really bright lights on right now. So it looks oilier than it does in person. In person, it looks a little oily right here. And this you're seeing is my highlighter. It's not oil. And it's a little oily on my forehead. A little bit. But the foundation still looks good. It didn't break up at all, actually. And it didn't wear off anywhere. And I took a nap, so, I mean, sleeping on my face probably didn't help, but it didn't wear off. It's still on there. It still has the same coverage and everything. It didn't break up around my nose, which usually that's where it breaks up into like little crumbles. The blush is still there, which I have a problem with blush fading away throughout the day, so that's really good that it stayed on, you know? And what else did I use? Oh, I used the concealer pen. I think it still is correcting my dark circles. I don't feel like that wore off at all, in my opinion. I want to zoom in so you guys can see. Like, it still looks good to me, what do you guys think? Like, it looks pretty good for 5 hours, a nap, and eating, you know? I think it passed the test. I'll definitely be wearing the foundation again, so I would recommend if you are oily, definitely powder. You're gonna probably have to powder throughout the day because I wasn't outside at all and it got oily and I'm dry. So definitely, it's hot out, but not to the point where I'd get super oily. So definitely powder if you're oily, have oily skin. And if you're dry, you're probably gonna maybe have to powder, but if you like the natural dewiness, you know, then you could just leave it alone. It's not like excessive to the point where I would powder. Like, I'd leave it alone. I don't like powdering throughout the day. Even if I do look a little dewy in certain areas, that doesn't bother me, as long as I don't look like an oil slick. And the concealer did kind of break up a bit, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that unless you're going for like a everyday light coverage makeup just for like a couple of hours and you don't need to wear it all day. Then yeah, go for it. But I do recommend the foundation. It looks really pretty still. I do recommend the blush, especially because it lasted through me sleeping and everything, which is really good because blushes never last on my skin. And also the corrector pen, I think worked. Even though my concealer wore off, it still is correcting under my eyes. I don't see any dark circles coming through at all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys all next time. Let me know if you guys want another video and what you want the video to be on. Okay, bye everyone.